one thing that I did miss. It was Rochelle Walensky, who I've talked a lot about, and how she's about to resign. I'm not obviously not a fan. I talked about her a lot during the whole pandemic stuff, and how she, flip-flopped on the issue of vaccines and their granting immunity, and you weren't getting sick before, and then she switched and said that, well, later that was not the case. It did not prevent transmission. And she has now, since the criminal has since it's blindsided, as they're wording it over at Politico, health officials, because she has resigned. Director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, who guided President Joe Biden's response to the COVID-19 pandemic from his first day in office, is leaving her post. Her announcement comes days before the Biden administration plans to end a public emergency in place since early 2020. We've saw that. I know the WHO has recently pivoted on their approach to COVID in terms of it not being presented as serious as it was. And here's my issue, okay? I'm going to be very, very clear. No heads are rolling. These people are going to walk away like nothing happened. You had that New Zealand chick, a horse tooth chick. Can't remember her name. Didn't she step down? Prime minister or something, whatever she was. She was one of the most tough criminal leaders in the world in terms of the crazy stuff that she was having. Jacinda, yeah, that's her name. These guys are walking away unscathed. It's like nothing happened. They're like, when they belong under a prison cell, under the jail. Fauci, all of them, they're criminals. Every last one of them is criminals. They're liars. They use the state, of course, to do very evil things to a large populace of people. Economically, it'll be a long time before we ever recover. You saw all these small businesses get axed. Only people benefited from it were the massive businesses that were able to sustain losing all of this money for a long, extended period of time. And these people are going to walk away like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. It's like, I did all this, I got it disastrously wrong, and nothing's going to happen to these people. And I'm not saying that as a black pill. I'm saying this because maybe people will stop thinking as if, pipe dream, the government is some sort of entity that exists where people that want to do good things enter to try to help their fellow man, instead of looking at it like what it is, and it's a criminal organization. And that sounds harsh, and some people will take issue with that, but I'm right. If you want to look at the entity that historically has been part of democide and largest groups of mass murderers and criminals, swindling and thieves, and you look no further than the state. And what should have been an eye-opener wasn't, not nearly enough. The whole COVID botch should have been exactly that, where people looked at that and they said, wow, these are not good people. Maybe we shouldn't be relying upon them. Maybe we shouldn't be depending on them. Maybe we shouldn't be trying to give them and empower them and enrich them, because at some point it will be used against us. And COVID should have been what did it, because you saw the response to it. It wasn't the jab, just a jab. The fact that they were obviously wanting to force people to get it. It wasn't the virus. It was the fact that they were trying to use the state to crush businesses and crush other individuals and be hypocritical left to right, all in the name of the God known as science to them, which all that it wasn't science at all. It was the academic cronies. That was it. And all of these that got it disastrously wrong. And I'm not saying this to brag, but I got videos dating back to February and March where I was talking about this, and I was ahead of it, and I ain't got nail doctors. But somehow I was able to figure this out for what it was. And it wasn't like some guess. It wasn't even an educated guess. It was, hey, there's numbers here. They're coming out of the countries that have already been hit by it. They don't read the reaction that y'all are about to have. Maybe you are dramatizing events. Maybe you're getting this wrong. And the bad thing about it all is that these people that led the charge, states clung to these guys' words. They were either working directly with the state, within it, whatever. But people's lives got ruined over this. And the folks that led the charge are getting to step down, walk away like they ain't done jack diddly. Hell, you even got people who act as if, I don't see how so many people forgot these celebrities and how they talk down upon people that weren't willing to, that didn't want to lock down or didn't want to get the jabs. And they're able to just go right over like nothing happened. Did y'all just forget about that? It's interesting. Rochelle Walensky is a criminal, along with Fauci, along with all of these hacks. And they're going to get away with it. If you enjoyed this video and want to support other content, please become a member at ericdjuly.com. This is my own unique platform that replaced my Patreon. Our Ultramax, which is our highest tier, gets free shipping domestically, even with Rippaverse orders, and are able to redeem the Creators Edition copy of ISOM #1. You can move up and down tiers or cancel at any time. Also visit Rippaverse.com. This is my comic book company that launched a $3.7 million campaign. We appreciate your support.